to Academy News, everybody. Just want to show you a couple of things. First off, thanks for everyone for doing a poll and voting in our poll last week. The results of it were pretty staggering. First off, we had 70 votes, but 35 of you wanted the One Campaign Method Andromeda 1 course, and 25 of you wanted the Lead Gen course with Print on Demand and the 7-day challenge coming up as two tied for basically dead last. So anyway, we're hard at work on that for all of you. Now, a couple other things I want to get to in here. We're going to do a little bit of planning together. So I didn't know what you'll be able to see in the linked resource down below, but we're going to walk through January, February, and March using the digital marketing calendar and talk about what that actually matters during this time window, okay? We're going to talk about why this quarter is where we stop chasing flashy AOV and start preparing for the summer. We'll also give a Meta MBA update and a little bonus that I'm offering for Academy members. And we've got a brand new Masterclass release that I'm genuinely proud of. I'm going to do it live right here. And I want to highlight a community member that's been showing up in a huge, huge way. So with all that being said, let's start with the strategy. All right, so January, February, and March. I want to frame next 5 minutes around one simple idea. The next 90 days are not about winning big. They're about setting up summer so that summer doesn't break you. If you look at the digital marketing calendar, you can see this pattern very clearly. January has the lowest CPMs of the year. There's massive inventory of just people on the platforms, and retailers just blew out their whole budgets, and buying behavior is still strong coming out of Q5. Now, we're going to, again, in the resource link, you'll get a free copy of the Disruptor School digital marketing calendar that you should all really kind of use to plan out the rest of your year. Historically, January is a great time to continue to push these higher AOVs, but there's a shift that I want you to start to think about, right? Instead of asking, how do I get the biggest order possible? We want to start asking, what do I sell now that makes somebody most likely to buy again? January is where you can acquire high quality customers for super cheap. It's not where we squeeze them, okay? It's not about just getting high AOVs for whatever we want. It's about, we want offers that create trust. And more about that in a little bit. We want offers that lead naturally to a second purchase. We want offers that start a relationship instead of ending it. I've got an extra tool for you that we'll talk about here in a minute around all of that. No, it's not just Disruptor tools. If you get January right, you don't have to make money. You just stockpile future revenue. And so with that in mind, that's January. So let's talk about February. February is where most people get hurt because they pretend that nothing changed. Around the second week of January and going into February, things shift pretty hard. You've got Valentine's Day, you've got the Super Bowl, you've got massive discretionary spend from big brands coming back online. This means that CPMs get exponentially more expensive. People bought what they're interested in, and all the big companies that could buy and sell everything that you would spend in a year in a day are just dumping all of their cash into the machine. So platform costs go up. User buying behavior goes down. And this is not the time to force the sale. This is about efficiency and continuity. This is where we should be leaning into products or offers that customers already understand. We need to really, really begin to lean into low frictions, the easy yes, the things that feel familiar, the brand development stuff that we've been doing, the getting customers to understand who we are. This is where those January customers begin to really matter. Because if somebody bought once in Q5 or December or in January, February is where you can begin to earn that second purchase. And you can do that via email or SMS. There's obviously retargeting that goes into it. It's simple offers that keep the relationship alive. So really, the investment you make in January begins to pay returns in February. And we really want to understand what that looks like because costs spike. But in March, things stabilize again. Buying behavior improves. CPMs start to level off. It starts to feel a bit more like January, especially early in the month. But by the end of March, we have another problem. And that's that people start blowing through their Q1 budgets. So really big businesses that have huge ad agencies that are all trying to spend to quarterly planning whatever they haven't spent for the year, whatever they haven't spent in January and February, they'll just backload. So that last week or two of February becomes extremely expensive. Costs will start to rise again, not because people aren't interested, but because everybody that buys and sells on $1 million a day is just dumping it into the platform. So March is your transition month. You're still acquiring customers, but you're also asking who is most likely to buy again in April, May, and June. And this is where we really refine the customer journey. This is where you clean up offers. This is where you identify what actually creates repeat behavior. Because summer is coming. And summer punishes businesses who only know how to acquire new customers, folks who only try to make the sale instead of buying customer journeys. The brands that win in summer are the ones that spent Q1 building returning revenue. Basically, they're winding up a whole bunch of springs so that in the summer they can let it go. And that's the strategy for your next 90 days. All right. And again, we have the calendar here for everybody in the academy. On this post, go down. There's a resource link. Open it up. It's free. Go wild. Okay. Now I want to take a minute to talk about the Meta MBA. And I've been having some really great conversations lately with people inside the academy who are thinking about joining the January cohort. So here's what I want to do. If you're already a member of Disruptor Academy and you decide to join the Meta MBA, I'm offering an additional one-on-one call even before the cohort starts. That means you're going to get an hour with me right away before January 12th so we can maximize your value of the investment that you've made from day one. So let me be very clear again about what this includes. For the first 12 weeks, you get 2 calls per week with me. One is the Meta MBA cohort call, and the other one is the mastermind call. You'll also get 3 one-on-one calls with me during those 12 weeks. And after that, remember that you're still involved in your 6 months of mastermind access, and that meets once a week. So you're going to have a lot of opportunities to ask questions, share your account, get direct support, like hold your hand from where you are now to where you want to be. When you add it all up, you're going to be getting over 50 hours of direct time with me over the next 6 months. And on top of that, you're getting my exact playbook. Not the polished version, not the watered down thing on YouTube, not the thing that works for most people in a way that's good enough to get people interested and kind of feel confident. Like, how do we go from being somebody who can go to the gym to take care of themselves to somebody who can own 1,000 gyms, somebody who can be an Olympic level athlete? Like, that's what I'm running right now. Then these are the things that I'm testing that I probably won't even talk about publicly for the next 3 to 6 weeks. Everything that I'm doing, like, it's literally inside of my ad account. I'll be sharing my screen constantly to help you get to what I'm doing. So if you're spending about $500 a day or more, this will certainly pay for itself in the next 30 days, okay? And honestly, for most people, the ROI shows up faster by not just by how much less money you waste in the account, but also your time. Spending an hour or 2 a week inside the academy, inside of the MBA, means that you will begin to save maybe an hour or 2 a day in your ad account. Now, next announcement, the landing pages that convert. So we're going to release this brand new masterclass. We just finished it. So this is the landing pages that convert. And I am super proud of this one. This masterclass is about building trust while simplifying the user experience. Okay, it teaches you how to craft a compelling offer, how to remove friction, and come on, let's get me over to page 2. Okay, and how to make it easier for somebody to say yes. So this is what it's really all about. Now you can see all these, we're still finishing up, but this one is done. So let's go ahead and make it public. And this is built by a good friend of mine. His name is Zach, and he actually helped me build the academy. So we've been working together for years, and these are a lot of the same things and thinking that we use internally. Now it's available for everybody on the premium tier, or as a one-time purchase for $47 for anybody that wants it. And if you're running lead gen or SaaS or spending at least like $50 a day, this thing will pay for itself in 10 days or less. If you just want to do the work of 5 steps that this entire thing works on. So let's do affiliate, let's get out of draft, publish, boom. And you can see it's in the classroom, and so everybody in the premium, you now have access to it. And the last thing I want to do today is at least take a moment to highlight what our members think is done. Now, I've been reading the comments lately, and if you have too, you've probably seen Donnie everywhere. And Donnie has been working with me in one way or another for close to half a decade now, which is crazy. Now, there are very, very few people who understand how things work here at a practical level in the way that he does. Let's see if I can pull his up while I'm telling you about Donnie. Not only that, but Donnie is the person who taught me strategy. There we go, this guy. The How to Crush Facebook Ads on a Low Budget course that we have inside the academy. And if you have any questions about building an audience or growing an Instagram following, or you just want a voice from somebody else who's been doing this for years, the way that we do it here, I just want to say that I absolutely trust Donnie. I think we don't always see things eye to eye, but I can't point out any flaws in his logic. I think just sometimes there's multiple ways to get the job done. And Donnie's your guy, just for what it's worth. And a little personal note, Donnie lives in Japan and runs ads for some of the biggest companies in the world. So we're really, really lucky to have him here. And he's a guy that I like to call a friend. Solid, just one of the good people. So to recap, the next 90 days are about repeat purchases, not just flashy AOV. January and February and March are about preparing for the summer. The Meta MBA program opens January 12th. You can get on the application for it by disruptorschool.com/MBA or just DM me and I'll send you the application link. And anybody in the academy who joins will get an extra one-on-one before the 12th. It is closed to only 20 people. And we now have the landing pages that convert Masterclass live. And shout out to Donnie for showing up and just being a really, really rad dude. All right, now go build something that the future you will be thankful for. And thank you all so much for being here. Again, I hope you all enjoy this stuff. And again, down below you'll see a link for the digital marketing calendar. And I really love having a poll in here, so I'm going to ask you guys another question. And so that being said, take care. I'll see you guys soon. And thank you so much. This has just been incredible. And I'll end on just some fun little notes. Look at this. Boom. That's you guys. So thank you. You all make this possible. See you guys.